what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. What day is today? Tuesday. Happy Q3. Happy July. Welcome to the morning show here on Stock Market TV. Spencer Israel, Steve Strazza, JC Parets. Steve will be joining us actually in a couple minutes. He's getting his things set up with the laptop and the camera, but he is back in action today. Let's review the quarter, shall we? Let's review the quarter. Let's review the month. And talk about where things stand as we head into H2. That's what they call it. They call it H2 or 2H. Is it H2 or 2H? The second half of the year. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Okay, we are in the second half of the year. What up, chat? How we doing? Good? Capiche? Yes. Okay, let's get the show on the road here. Play my intro.
All right. We are back. How was your first half?
First half was first half was good. Second half will also be good.
2H.
Life is
2H, Spencer.
Sorry, did I say H2?
No, you were right. You said
2H.
it. You corrected it. You're like, 2H.
Okay. 1H and 2H. That's where we are. We are 1H and 2H in FY25, baby.
So what's more important, the second quarter returns or the year-to-date returns?
I think most people probably look at year-to-date as their default for everything. No, I mean, maybe that's just me. I'm projecting. I do that. I look at year-to-date on January 4th, and I look at year-to-date on December 4th, right? So yeah,
I think there's a time and a place. I mean, I think for some years, those year-to-date numbers are more important than others, right? I don't think it's just clean. In a lot of cases, we like to look at quarter-to-date numbers, and that's really important. A lot of hedge funds and a lot of mutual funds are benchmarked to the S&Ps and quarterly and annual returns, calendar years. That's really, really normal. Some hedge funds have kind of like a different fiscal year where it's like it starts like in March or whatever it is, so that they don't have to deal with that. And I think that's a good strategy personally. If I was a general partner at a hedge fund, that's how I would do it personally, just to kind of take away that calendar bias, because I'm aware that it exists. But I got to tell you guys, for me, and we're going to get into the state of the markets now. I say this every single month, but particularly at quarter end. It's so easy to get lost in the noise every day. What did the Dow do? And what did the Trump tweet? And then the Powell said this. Oh my God, the NVIDIA earnings. Every day it's something. It's just nonstop noise. And it's very easy to get lost in all of that. And so if we know for a fact that asset prices trend, and we do know for a fact that asset prices trend, it's just math. Market returns are not random. We know mathematically, without a shadow of a doubt, that asset prices trend. So if we know that, then we should probably spend time, a lot of time, in my opinion, looking for trends because we know they exist, right? So the best cheat, right? The cheat code to accomplish that, in my opinion, is once a month when you get new monthly candlesticks, go through them all the indexes, all the sectors, all the industry groups, all the countries around the world, all the commodity futures, all of the Forex markets, interest rates, the whole shebang. You go through it all, you do the work. Excuse me, guys. And then 4 times a year, it's extra special where you also get quarterly data. And it really helps us. Not only does it help us identify the direction of the primary trend, these charts give us no choice. We have no choice because it's right in front of us. Like, it smooths everything out. There's no way around it. You have to recognize, yep, that's going up. Up, that's going down. Up, that was going sideways. Like, that's it. Spencer, is there anybody in the world who preaches this more than yours truly?
No, although I have to admit, I did not realize that we had literally no choice in the matter, everyone. Our hands are tied. We
Our
have
hands
no
are
choice.
tied.
We must do it. We must do it. You know who else has no choice? Steve Strazza has no choice, and he is here from I guess his backyard, right? Is that what's going on, Steve?
Steve Strazza, the Florida man. New crib.
I miss you guys.
Cheers. What's going on?
Steve Strazza moving on up in the world. I see you moving on up.
Just moving. Boy, does moving suck, but we're getting through it. Rose is actually on her way back home right now. And what are the odds, right? She's going to do another clothes run. We have still some boxes down in Key West. And she's driving down Alligator Alley, and she calls me. She said, there's news trucks everywhere. What is going on? Mind you, this road, I've been on it 30 times this year. There's more alligators than cars normally. Today, though, is a special day for Alligator Alley. Air Force One is coming to town, and Trump is there to do a tour of this. Have you guys heard of Alligator Alcatraz?
Yep, I just heard about that. It's hilarious, dude. Hilarious.
So that's going on right now. I guess he's touring the prison, and it's the big opening. Also, what a world. JC, he's hitting your stock this morning. Just breaking. I just heard in the other room. Who wants an electric car? I don't want an electric car. There's one problem with it. It explodes. That's your president.
That's so funny.
So good.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
I don't hate
Anyway,
it. All right.
how's everything going? What did I miss?
Well, let's go over the state of the markets, get into the quarterly numbers. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have just had the highest quarterly close for the world's most important stock market index of all time, Steve Strazza. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes.
Here we go.
Here we go. All-time quarterly high close for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. This morning, down 65 points. So 44, 3.25. S&P 500 futures down 0.33%, 62.30, down 22 handles. NASDAQ 100 down 0.5%, 22,775, down 120 handles there. Bond futures up again, Strazza. Are you noticing that these bonds continue to go up as yields come off? 30-year bond futures up another 0.33%, pushing 160 there on the ZBs. Crude oil up almost a 4%, 65 2/3 there, 65.67 for crude oil, up 50 cents. Copper up 1.4%, 5.15 for copper. Another resilient trend for sure there in copper. Gold up almost 2%, 33.66 there for gold. Silver up almost a full percent, 36.5, with the VIX up, VIX up, back above 17. Let's see what is happening in funny money land this morning. So Bitcoin today, another all-time monthly closing high for Bitcoin, 106,520, down about 600 points this morning. You got Ethereum, 2444, down 1.7%. Solana, 148.
Did I see that Solana got
market cap 3.25 trillion?
Did I see that Solana got good news yesterday on the ETF approval front?
I think Tom Lee is trying to become the new Michael Saylor, is what I heard. I heard the news was on the Ethereum front.
What's going on?
Tom Lee's trying to do the same thing Saylor's doing for Bitcoin, trying to do that for Ethereum.
With who?
I don't know. Some fund family.
Look, people are going to keep doing this intelligent leverage strategy for as long as it works. How
intelligent do you think it is? Strazza, you're better at this math stuff than me. I'm more of like the chart guy. Like, you're better at this. Does this make any sense at all, dude?
No. First of all, it depends, right? When? I think that this works in good times and fails miserably in bad times and crashes. Also,
so all of these are going to blow up eventually.
Yeah. And there's now a huge systemic risk in the fact that, like, it's a counterparty risk. They're just too large of a holder, MicroStrategy. If you own 10% of the float of something and you go bust, then there's a ripple effect, obviously. So there's that aspect to it as well. Coinbase does a quarterly report on like developments in the crypto industry, and they actually noted that as a new risk this quarter. But
Y-
no,
yeah.
what
Wow.
Remember,
didn't
when
see
they
that,
all
but
blow up, blows up, we buy Bitcoin. That's the trade.
I
Yeah.
think most people,
Yeah.
probably know that what Steve just said, right? Everyone is aware that when there's a major washout, all these things are going to blow up, and that's a feature, not a bug, right? Because they're trying to make hay while the sun is shining too, right? So the sun is shining, so let's make it. So, you know, I don't see, like, the fact that this won't end well is not like a.
It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Exact. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Spot on, Spencer.
Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it.
Great point. And I think that's the takeaway, right? I could come on here and say, I think this fails over time. I'm long MicroStrategy right now.
Yeah.
You can have it both ways. So Kathy Wood was on this morning. She does TV again, bull market stuff. And she said the thing people are missing largely is that rates are coming down. Rates are coming down. Housing is on a huge lag. So housing hits the inflation numbers later than most other inputs to that calculation. And housing's been bad for a long time and coming down, and that's going to weigh on inflation. So she's out here talking about rates are coming down in a big way. What I like about Kathy Wood is she knows who she is. She knows what she needs, right, for her basket of stocks to do well.
Yeah.
She's out there talking about interest rates, not, AI changing the world, because that's what matters for her stocks.
Pretty much.
Well, you guys want to look at let's look at some numbers. Can we look at some numbers?
Yeah, all right.
All right,
it's a Kathy Wood kind of market, numbers. JC.
What's that?
It's a Kathy Wood kind of market out here.
The short interest in ARK is the highest ever. I don't think people understand this. Like, these stocks are going up. They are shorting them more aggressively than ever. This is speculative growth. This is tech. This is space, nuclear, crypto, all of these things. People hate these stocks more than ever in history. Hello?
Yep.
The squeeze is on. Here's what I think. And I'll get into the numbers right now. Here's what I think people forget. If you are long a stock, you are just promising to be a future seller. One day you're going to sell that stock, right? Yeah, great. Maybe it's a long time from now. Maybe it's tomorrow. Yeah. If you are a short seller, you are promising to be a future buyer, guaranteed buyer, whether you like it or not, because that margin clerk's going to buy it for you.
Love the shorts. Got to love them.
The more shorts, mathematically, the more future buyers. And ARK stocks have the most shorts ever. Mathematically, that means the most future buyers ever. Like, this isn't hard. Like, this isn't that complicated, right? Yeah. Spence, am I oversimplifying it? I mean,
no, you need demand, and that's demand.
I think it's somewhat of a misnomer to say that these things are the most hated they've ever been. Just because more people are betting against it doesn't mean it's the most hated. I feel like the price would
acting on that hatred at the highest rate ever. How's that?
Yeah,
fine. Markets are more advanced. They can easier.
Let's go. Let's talk Q2. Come on. Let's talk Q2.
What?
Slide 2 there. Q2, slide 2. We're looking at equally weighted sectors in the second quarter. What's at the top? What stands out? Come on. Technology up almost 20% in the second quarter. This was an underperformer since last summer. And on an equally weighted basis, you're getting technology up 20% in one quarter. Well, if that's not sector rotation, Strazza, then that's it. I quit.
And just look at the alpha there in tech versus its peers. It's beating everything by 10%.
Yep. Quadruple the equally weighted S&P.
All right, ready? Take the bottom half of this list and choose your fighter for the next quarter.
So the
my answer.
Okay, so the worst sectors in Q2: energy, staples, healthcare, materials, and utilities. Best of those 5 best? Whew.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. You could get a bounce in healthcare, and that thing got smoked. I mean, if healthcare gets a bounce, but it's going to outperform them all no matter what the other ones do. If you want my outlier, it's healthcare. And then so notice the top performers. You got industrials, communications, consumer discretionaries, and financials. Technology, industrials, communications, discretionary, and financials all of the offensive sectors outperforming in Q2. Now go to the cap weighted version. So those are equally weighted. Go to slide. Where is it?
It doesn't look a whole lot different.
I think the obvious catch-up trade here would be
There it
the
is.
commodities. Like
So throw up
commodities
the cap weighted slide 3.
Yeah, look at energy again.
Energy again at the
and
bottom,
materials.
healthcare, staples, real estate, and then at the top, tech, industrials, comms, discretionary, financial. So same exact thing, like Spencer said. So equally weighted and cap weighted, same situation. And then go to the let's go to the first half of the year.
Wait. What does that mean? Does that mean anything or not really?
There's not really like a divergence. Well, okay, that's a good question, Spencer. So Spencer's asking, is there, if we're saying that on an equally weighted basis, these sectors are the leaders, and on a cap weighted basis, these sectors are the leaders. In some thin markets where it really actually is 6 stocks that are going up, what you're going to see is some of the like technology or discretionary on a cap weighted basis outperforming because their components are such large weightings in those indexes. But then when you equally weight it, you'll see that they're not outperforming to that degree. What we saw last quarter is both. You're seeing the leaders in the sectors doing well, and you're seeing the sector broadly doing well. So there's no divergence there, to answer your question.
Okay.
Right. So good question, actually, Spencer. And then go to the first half, see what's the difference there. So here's equally weighted first half, communications, Utes, NASDAQ 100 on an equally weighted basis, up almost 10% in the first half. I don't think a lot of people know that. That's higher than I thought.
I look at this and I just think, man, energy for a catch-up. Ooh. Spicy.
Nobody thinks that the equally weighted NASDAQ 100 up almost 10% in the first half. You don't think that surprises a lot of people? I'm surprised, and I fucking do this all day, every day.
Yeah, well, numbers. If you were to phrase it and say the equally weighted NASDAQ has outperformed the cap weighted NASDAQ, which is what you're saying here, but that would surprise most people, probably.
Well, it's not what I'm saying here. The equally weighted NASDAQ has outperformed the cap weighted NASDAQ, which is also very interesting to your point, Spencer. But what I'm just saying is that the equally weighted NASDAQ put up a 10 spot in the first half. Like that is very impressive. No? How many people you think you asked on the street and be like, yeah, NASDAQ equally weighted was up 10% in the first half? Nobody.
Doesn't look so good this morning, though.
With the NASDAQ down 43 basis points?
Yeah.
After closing the quarter at the highest level in history? Excuse me.
What?
Let him dance. Hold on. And then, all right, so then let's go through some assets. Go to slide 6 and 7 here. Let's go through a couple of assets, and then we'll move on. But I really like this review here. Look at Q2. So this was this quarter. You got the NASDAQ 100 up 17%. S&P 500 total return almost 11% for the S&P. This is just in Q2. Gold up 5.8%. Bonds down 2% on the TLT. So bonds working now for us, obviously, but they're coming off some depressed levels. Go to the first half numbers. So this is for the first half of 2025. Gold, big winner this year, up 26% gold. Q's up 8%, S&P's up 6%, TLT up 2.85%, most of that recently.
Gold looks great right now. Maybe another leg up here for the precious metals.
Yeah.
I mean, silver miners look fantastic. You see this high and tight flag and stuff like Pan American and First Majestic? I mean, these charts, these are some killer coils. You could see it in wheat and precious too. Really nice bull flags.
Killer coils. Okay. That needs to be like a recurrent.
Yeah.
All right. Coils. So I just showed some stats. No big deal. What are your thoughts? What stands out from all of these numbers? Anything?
Like I said, the precious metals look like they could keep going. And then I think you look at the asset classes that came out, rounded out the bottom of the list. I think you could be long bonds too. I think there's a better way to express that thesis of falling rates here. But I think bonds go higher. Bonds are back at the top of the leaderboard probably in Q2. The market could go through some sort of corrective phase here when this this specific phase of rally mode is over. It's been a good run here. We're making new all-time highs. At a certain point, we need to digest those gains.
Let's talk about trends. Throw up, we'll just go through quickly 8 through 11. Strazza, these are, I know you're moving. So, I'm trying to cover for both of us here, with the chart game.
Show me the trends.
Dude,
Dow
my chart
Jones.
game right now, dude, not
Wow.
for nothing. My chart game right now is so on point. Like, it is so on point. I'm seeing the ball, right? Like, I'm hitting like 400 for the
Yeah.
quarter, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I am just seeing the ball right now.
Yeah. I've been
Jones
seeing your
Industrial.
charts, and I've been liking them.
Quarterly candles, my friend. Quarterly candles. Dow Jones Industrial Average, highest ever in the world's most important stock market index by far and away. Papa Dow. Don't fight Papa Dow is how I learned it. Don't fight it. Don't do it.
It's not. Look, it hasn't broken out in a similar way as the other large cap indexes.
What
It
part of
probably will.
highest ever do you not understand?
Yep. Come on now. Come on. You're going to show me a quarterly chart?
I did. What do you mean?
NASDAQ.
I'm going to. I already did.
The NASDAQ and the S&P 500 are already at new all-time highs on a daily basis, is my point. So
I know. I brought that chart too. Can we throw up that next one, sir? So I got two exchanges, very, very important exchanges. This one here, I dare you to come after me. The New York Stock Exchange is the world's most important stock exchange. I couldn't even tell you what number 2 is. What's number 2?
Hold on. Let me check a chart that I could actually see what's going on right now.
Here's a quarterly.
This one looks good.
All-time quarterly high for the world's most important stock exchange. And then what's the second most important stock exchange? It's probably this one. Sorry. American exceptionalism. Is that what they call it? Throw up that next one. Come on. Give it to the people. There it is. This is probably the second most important one. Sorry, Germany. Sorry, Japan. I've been to the stock exchange in Japan. Right?
They kicked you out. He's just saying that because they kicked him out, Spencer.
No,
I know.
they
I've seen.
No, they were nice about it. They were like, we're doing an IPO ceremony and we don't know who you guys are. Can you not be here? But they were nice about it.
Yeah, they were nice
we got
about
escorted out.
They said, please.
Really? Oh, the Japanese were polite. I'm stunned. Really?
Dude, they were so polite. We were just looking for candlesticks. I'm like, bro, where are the candlesticks? Like, IPO. And then I'm like, no. So then I show them on my phone. I show them my candlesticks. Like, candlestick. And then they're like pointing towards like the library. So like we went to the library, not a single candlestick book. We went all over Tokyo looking for candlesticks. We didn't find it. We found Hello Kitties in the New York in the Tokyo Stock Exchange. No candlesticks. It is like so rude, right? Listen. No, second stop. Most important. This is not about me in Japan. I love Japan. All right.
Oh my God.
Don't get me started on Japan.
Please.
No.
Second most important index, NASDAQ.
Can I say something? The chat wants me to call you out for your old man candles, first of all. Okay.
Old man candles?
Your old man candles. Yeah. So you are getting real breakouts in the exchange indexes. Like New York Stock Exchange, if you zoom in on that, if you look at a daily chart there, clean breakout. That's great. All I'm saying is you haven't gotten that kind of confirmation from Papa Dow yet. The Dow Industrial Average does not look that way, right? If you look at the daily chart of that, we're still waiting on a breakout. I think you get it. And when you do, that's going to be some rock solid confirmation for the new highs in the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. That's all I'm saying. No, I don't think you have that confirmation quite yet.
Listen, no one's disagreeing with you, but what I am saying is that all we're trying to do here is identify the direction of trends, bro. And the trends are up. That's it. This is just data supporting that. That's all it is. Nobody, you're not saying anything that's not right. You're right.
Yeah.
That's not, but we're talking about two different things. We're just looking for trends, bro. Look at my shirt. I mean, I'm rocking it, right?
Love it. And yes, Sandra, they're old man candles. Like the same people that look at quarterly candles are like the people that only drive their cars on Sundays. So they're old man candles. We're trying to make money out here today. Quarterly candles. What am I going to do with a quarterly candle?
It's gonna help you identify the direction of primary trends. Now, Steve Strazza, chief market strategist of All-Star Charts, who fucking does this all day, every day. You don't need the quarterly candles to know that the goddamn trend is not down. You know, but not everybody is Steve Strazza, Florida man over here. Like, other people do other things. They are lawyers and dentists and engineers or retired or day traders. They're doing different things. So for people, and then even me who does this all day too, like, it just supports what think outside of you. The world does not revolve around you. Sorry.
You're right. It feels that way sometimes, but you're right.
The last 20 or
this
so.
This one is more you.
Okay, go ahead, and then I'll say.
Sorry, Spencer. This one's Strazza.
Okay. Yeah.
This one's more Strazza can be like, oh yeah, there it is. There's your emerging markets highest monthly close since January 22. You see how this one? You're like, oh, well, this one.
I didn't take a shower this morning. That's not true. No, this is great. Emerging markets breaking out. This is risk appetite, but not just here in America. This is risk appetite overseas. This is as good as it gets, I think. And you go there for the ex-US beta, I think, all day. Like, Europe's been working. I think it's time for some big rotation into the riskier stuff. Great chart. This isn't quarterly candles. Thank you.
All right.
This is a monthly candlestick, but I got the quarterly if you want it.
That's okay. I just want to say that the last 20 or so minutes was a pretty good window into what JC does on his conference calls. If you're like me and you kind of feel like that this was great, but it was really just an appetizer, it really just wet the beak. I need more. JC's next conference call is going to be Monday at 8 p.m. If you're a member of AFC Premium, you know you'll get access, you'll get emails, you'll get the whole thing. If you're not a member, email us in right now, and we can tell you how to get access to it. So Monday at 8 o'clock, basically the last 20 minutes, but on steroids. Essentially.
How many charts?
I mean, the over-under is usually like
140,
$160, $150. Yeah. These are monthly candles. There tends to be fewer on the monthly candles. So you got to take, you always got to bet the under on the monthlies. You go over on the mid-month.
Is that it? Okay.
Like, that's how the betting markets have already like closed that arbitrage. Like, it's already like a known phenomenon. So like, you can't exploit that at this point.
So apparently the betting markets, there are betting markets for whether or not these ETFs will be approved that are decently active. Like, you could bet on
ETFs? What ETFs?
Solana, Ripple, Litecoin, the ones that everybody's talking about right now. Sorry, I got my mind on crypto this morning.
Dude, I'm getting.
You have your mind on your money and your money on your mind?
Got my mind on my crypto and my crypto on my mind.
I'm getting a ton of ads for betting markets as it relates to
my mind on my funny money
elections. Hey, we have Kenny in the house. Let's bring him out.
Bring him out.
It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Kenny,
how are you?
What's this?
We're going right in. We're just diving right in, huh?
What is that?
I don't know. I'm just assuming it's about to go up 20x. No,
GP.
Stop it. Stop for a second. Yesterday, when I said Tom Lee saw his shadow, did you guys stay with the Tom Lee stock, B, M, and R? And
no.
I'm not sure if you guys understand what we did yesterday. I stayed in one name from 8:30 in the morning till 8 p.m. last night, and I'm still trading it. I haven't slept yet. So if you don't know, when I mentioned Tom Lee saw his shadow, he took a stock from relative obscurity and he set it on fire. And if you know anything about this market, and I think you do, it's a popularity contest, and everything's getting squeezed, and we're hitting all-time highs, and every stock's got a 10x potential. So this stock, and if you know about it, it's look at the greatest name of the company, Bitmine Immersion. Ooh, it's made me feel good. Ever been in an immersive mud bath? Anyway, we'll get to that some other time. This stock was a relative it was a dud. This is basically the chart over the last 15 days. It opened up in the beginning of June, drifted down to $4, and it closed at $4.26 on Friday. My man Tom was on CNBC, and he was talking about it. And
yeah, JC, this is what Steve was talking about earlier. This is Tom Lee doing the MicroStrategy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, as you know, and if you guys have been trading as long as I have, it's fads, popularity contests, short squeezes, and of course VWAP now. And by the way, GPS, we're in it. But this stock was everything you wanted to know about trading, all wrapped up into one moment. And when opportunity meets preparation, you get to kill it. So when people said, I talked about how this stock was a power gap, and you guys have heard the word power gap now since May 12th, right? And how the market's inability to go down after the power gap. This stock just power gap to all-time highs. And when an IPO breaks an all-time high, generally if it gets into the double digits, it keeps ripping. So we bought this thing immediately, right here, and it starts ripping. And I start talking about how, listen, this is a Tom Lee Bitcoin venture breaking IPO. This stock legitimately can go 10x today. So let's look for it to get to at least $42.60. And then if it gets there, you're looking at a $50 stock. Now, we traded this thing. I don't think I've traded something as well as this in my entire career, because I finally have embraced the horror that every stock has a potential to go 10x right now in this market, especially when you've got a blue sky breakout, an IPO that's breaking all-time highs. I believe there's 6 million shares in the float. The thing traded 120 million shares yesterday. So absolute insanity. And if you know, if there's a squeeze going on and it lasts and you don't get the dump on the pump, if you get to the aftermarket session, the lack of liquidity that's in the aftermarket, plus the huge surge of demand, you'll get a stock that goes from $32 to $52 in the aftermarket. And woke up this morning and you got yourself a faux show bro on my baby, and look at what happened. So you got your fake out, shake out, and I'll show it to you on a 1-minute chart. It's so damn cute because they just before it broke the VWAP, they tried to get you out one more time. As it hits the VWAP, gets rejected, then breaks, you're involved. So if you wanted to be in this stock under 40, there was your last chance. And 40 got you 57.50 already, right? So then now we're fresh. Now it's fresh time, fresh money. Look what it did. Little faux show, bro. One more time for the players, and you got paid again. So I wouldn't, again, if you're not savvy, if you don't know what you're doing, don't even go near this stock, because legitimately, it could be under $30 in 2 seconds at the open or above 57.50. Well, let me tell you something, kids. If this stock's above 57.50 today, it's going to 80 and then 120. It's one of those stocks. So don't let this be the core weave that I tried to get you involved in, and you guys thought I was joking at the time. And by the way, I can't wait to talk about core weave today on my other program, because there's a guy that keeps talking about how it's the easiest short there is, and he's just getting crushed, I assume. But fantastic stuff. I love this market. It really is great.
Every day.
Spencer, why don't you tell the folks where they can get Kenny lunchtime?
Yeah. Well, I just want to say that every day, that's the beauty of this is every day there are new Bitmine immersions, right?
Yeah.
So
again, this is the fad. It's just like now the MicroStrategy, you had the CPN, you had the SRM, which was Strazza's, and that's still hanging in there, SRM. So that's, again, just going with the fad. I was all over this bad boy yesterday. So, and again, I think it's going to be hot for the next couple of days.
Wait, so normally Kenny goes live Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays at noon. But Thursday, obviously, Thursday's a half day. I don't know if Kenny will be around for that. Kenny, are you going to want to go live today at noon?
Actually, today I'm doing my other thing, but
you're doing another thing. Okay,
yeah.
right.
But Thursday, I think we should definitely do it, because it kind of be like an options exploration session, because the market's closing at 1. So I'll go right to the close. It should be good.
All right. Kenny is live trading all these things in his room every single day. By the way, we have an announcement about Kenny's room. Forget. I'll just say it right now. Next week and next week only, Kenny's room. We're gonna do a little bit of the open access. We're gonna stream Kenny's room for free in the mornings. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. We will send out emails how to watch it. It'll be airing live on our site. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Twitter. We're going to stream this room for free. Maybe not the whole day, probably just the first few hours of the day, right? And you'll be able to see Kenny in action, because this is not Kenny in action. This is Kenny recapping the action. You want to see Kenny in action next week.
By the way,
one thing that you need to see, my friends, if you're out there listening, is Kenny in action.
Right.
That is must watch. Seriously.
Yeah, sorry, I was a little foul mouthed yesterday. I get a little excited. The Brooklyn in me comes out sometimes. Yesterday, I think I went over my quote. I had at least 8 F-bombs. But listen, speaking of F-bombs, right? If you think the market's going down today, you're fucking delusional. How about that? All right. So listen, we're never going down ever again, right? So as the bear in the house, every day I was showing you how the prior day VWAP has been holding us together. Today, because we actually have gone sideways for 3 days, prior day VWAP is above today's VWAP. But you see what's happening? This is every morning. The market attempts to go down and faux show bros, and you get crushed if you're a shorter. So don't fall for it. All right. Today, according to the Stock Traders Almanac and Jeff Hirsch, he says this is one of the most bullish days in all of history. Ironically, it would be funny if it did go down today, but every day we see the same chart pattern. That's why the faux show bro is so important. Look how we've already faux showed, and we're starting to bro right now. Do not short this market. It is absolutely impossible to make any consistent money. I mean, you can. I mean, if you were short this morning and you got paid, but you got to always remember rule number 1, shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. All right? Be careful out there. And it's already not a short anymore. So don't be fooled, my friends. We're in a bull market that looks like it wants to go up another 10% from here. Easy. Be careful. Be sane. Be cautious. Peace.
All right.
Wow.
Hit the bid.com, guys.
Shorting is short-lived, and you're going to die.
Yeah, that was actually, Steve, you missed that. That was the money quote from Kenny on Friday.
I heard that quote, and it was amazing.
Anyway. All right. Listen, today's guest has to reschedule to next week. So that
who was it? Who was it?
Todd Sohn canceled on us. Should we suspend him?
Dude, Todd Sohn, Florida man these days, he's like texting me from like Brickell looking for like a bougie coffee place. I'm like, who are you talking to? I don't know. I don't go to bougie coffee places. That's not my thing.
He's been conferencing a lot.
Dude, he's like in Palm Beach right now. I'm like, who's fancy? Excuse me.
Yeah.
Who's fancy?
I think they're going to have some crypto conferences in Palm Beach again soon.
Oh, you know what that means.
That's what I'm hearing. Oh,
you're gonna get some shady NFTs, get some tokens that you forgot you had, right?
On that topic, there's a great comment in the chat from Adam of Condition. Going to risky stuff typically means the party is nearly over. I think that's a fair comment. What say you?
I don't think that's a fair comment.
I think you get melt up behaviors in the back half of cycles, typically, like the real crazy town stuff.
Dude,
right?
the Russell 2000's at its 200-day moving average, bro. Half the stocks in the New York Stock Exchange are below their 200-day moving average. Like what parabolic? Like that's.
Come on, some of the junkiest stocks out here, future zeros, are getting squeezed hard, like every other day.
The shorts,
ARC indexes, new highs.
For the record, these short sellers overstayed their welcome and they're getting squeezed the fuck out. And it reminds me a lot. It reminds me a lot of early 2023, Mr. Strazza.
That doesn't
tell me that this doesn't remind you of early 2023. Come on.
Early 23? Not really. It reminds me of like early 21. Short squeezes don't happen.
Early 21? No.
Yeah. Short squeezes don't happen. Short squeezes don't happen in a vacuum, right? You need that momentum.
They happened in early 2023.
They're pumping hot stocks out here.
Nobody's denying that. They were pumping them in early 23 also.
I'm not saying it's almost over.
Do you know that
Carvana this can go on?
Do you know that Carvana went up 10,000%?
Yes.
Off the 23 lows?
I
was doing the math the other day. It's 100x.
That's a real company now. is
Wow.
the better part of that story.
Wow.
It's really that stock has
10,000%. That's crazy.
that stock has experienced the single wildest ride of any stock over the past 5 years. Go look at a chart. Up what 10,000%, down 99%, a zero. Everyone was positive that stock was a zero in 2022, guys.
Well,
And that guy comes out and he recapitalizes his company like over and over and over again.
Here,
Whoever
throw
that
up
CEO is.
slide 2. Throw up slide 2.
He threw a lot of money into that business a few years ago, and look at it now. It's a great comeback story, really.
the reason
Look at
that
this
these types of moves get attention is because they are the exception, not the rule. The research is
For
well
sure.
founded. It is out there. If your
sure.
stock falls 90%, you are almost certainly falling 100%, right? It is
Yeah.
almost certainly a
Wow.
zero. It's rare when it comes back. Amazon is the classic example. Carvana, classic example. Netflix too, I think, classic example as well. These are the exceptions. These are not the rules. So when it does happen, yeah, you really pay attention to it
And
because
Spencer, this stock it's not once, because if you zoomed out on this chart, this
Yeah.
stock has done this twice now. How many
Really?
100Xs was it up off of the COVID lows, JC? That was crazy too.
The COVID low for Carvana was $22. So 22
This was more dramatic.
Yeah, Carvana went to $3 in 2023. Maybe more, maybe lower. I don't know.
Yeah, off the COVID lows. Yeah, it wasn't as strong, Strazza. This was bigger. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that makes the COVID
The
crash.
COVID lows was 22. This thing went down to 3, and the highs after were the same. Think about that.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Made a new all-time low. Yeah, didn't realize that. Really
Look,
wild.
as per usual, there is a quote from the immortal Mitch Hedberg for every situation, and this one is no different.
Dude, this would be the equivalent of like Jeremy Lin coming back and becoming like a superstar for the Knicks and winning a title.
That was fun.
Yeah,
Linsanity. That
sort
was
of.
Dude,
fun.
Linsanity was like the best weekend that the New York Knicks have had since the 70s.
That was fun.
The quote is, "I'm not going to stop doing something just because of what happens at the end." Like it's like, Mitch, do you
Who
want
said
an
that?
app? I'm not going to stop doing something just because of what happens at the end.
Who said it?
Mitch Hedberg. So, Mitch,
Who's that?
he was a comedian. Mitch, do you want an apple? No. Eventually, it'll be a core. That's the joke. Okay. So you're not going to stop doing something just because at the end it's going to suck. Okay. You can play ball while it's going on too. So it's a great quote. It applies to most things in life and markets as well.
I also think if you throw up the Carvana chart just one more time, this is a great lesson in short squeezes don't just last one day, right? The best squeezes look like this. I mean, this is insane. I'll bet you if you had a short interest chart here in the lower pane, that shorts reloaded and that in that 2023 corrective wave right before it started going again. Like this short squeeze lasted years.
I would be very curious.
Cool.
I'd be very curious to see how low that short interest actually got because for whatever reason,
this was the highest. This was the most heavily shorted stock in the market. It wasn't even close at those lows. It had a ridiculous short interest, the likes that we haven't seen since GameStop.
Yeah,
back then.
All those people, I'm not sure.
If you had the balls to buy this back then, I mean, what a friggin' trade.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
Right.
We just took our profits. We took our profits soon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and the Carvana towers on 95 are full again.
Really?
Boots on the ground. Yeah, hashtag boots on the ground. JC.
Nobody uses hashtags anymore, Strazza. What year is this, bro? You sound like a boomer.
Is that true?
Yeah. Elon Musk told us to stop using it.
Huh.
So nobody does. So you can't say that anymore, dude. You sound like an idiot.
He works at Twitter again, I heard.
He works at Twitter again?
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to see the short interest on Carvana?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I bet you it didn't get all that. Well, Steve just said it didn't get all that. I bet you it never mind. Let's see what the chart said.
It stayed high.
Yeah.
What is it today? It's still high.
No, it came off. These guys got crushed.
It's still like 15%, I'll bet.
No, it's not existing now.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you don't want it. Yeah, this is over.
Short interest.
What's the
Wait, help
market
me
cap on this thing?
understand. Why are there two lines?
Because one of them is the short percent, the percent of the float that's short, and the other one is absolute shorts.
Hey guys.
Got it.
So the bottom line is, they're mirror images to
Yeah.
one another, as one would expect. Shorts increasing as the stock's going down, and then shorts getting blown out on the way back up. I mean, it's what you'd expect.
That is lower than I would have guessed. 8% as a percent of float. That's a lot lower than I would have thought.
Now, because it's up 10,000 fucking
percent.
No. Short.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, 8 is what it is now. My bad.
It was 60 something.
No.
So it was
60%.
No, I'm talking about at. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Sorry, you're right. Yeah.
But anyway, yes, there are no after a 10,000% rally, Spencer. It's tough for shorts to make a living.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
that's how this works. You see,
all you people shorting the stock down 90%. I'm not really sure how much juice there is left in that squeeze, but hey,
GameStop, same thing. Everybody knew selling video games from a store was a dumb idea. Fun fact: guess who bought a Nintendo this weekend?
You did?
You bought the Switch
really?
Too?
I bought the original NES.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
With the two controllers.
Yeah.
And I bought like 6 or 7 games.
You got NES, not Nintendo?
The original Nintendo, NES. The Nintendo Entertainment System.
No, I get it.
The original gray box. Guess how much it cost me?
No, that's super cool.
Guess how much?
eBay, $100, $150.
Yeah.
I bought it at a store for $170.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
All of the consoles are refurbished, and he fixes some wires. He tried to explain it to me. Something boils something. I don't know.
Yeah, they do that.
And he explained it to me. And he also explained to me why it works when you blow. Why do you think that it works
That's
when you
interesting, because this is one of like the best mysteries.
Because dust gets in there.
The answer. Ready? Go. Tell me. Why do you think it is?
It's dust. Isn't it dust? Come on.
Nope. Anything?
You cool it down. You cool it down.
No, it's the opposite. You're actually heating it up.
Oh, you're heating it. Oh,
you're heating it. Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought you're cooling it. You're not. You're actually heating it with your breath.
Oh, that's cool.
The way he explained it to me is like when you like blow it like on your sunglasses, and you go like, and like that. That's what you're doing to like some conductor of some kind, which allows for it to work. Because after a while, when you use it too many times, like you're losing that. So it needs to warm it up a little bit. And your breath is what warms it up. So you're not cooling it. You're actually warming it. According to this guy, and he seemed very knowledgeable. So
I'm big on this. I think this is awesome. If you're going to collect something of old, I think like gaming systems are the way to go. I loved video games growing up. So I had the foresight to get these.
I can get any console for $170. It could be Sega Genesis, Atari, Super Nintendo, N64. Cool. Any of them are all $170.
All right, so I still play the old consoles. I have 3 N64s. I had the foresight to like buy them at tag sales in the early 2010s, and I still have 2 Super Nintendos. The most fun we have playing still these days is N64. If you have some friends over, like after dinner, you play a little Mario Kart, like 2-on-2 or 2-on-2 Mario.
Dude, how about a little Bond, a little 2-on-2 Bond? You know?
Yeah. Yep. We got Bond. We have NFL Blitz. Like, you could get into it. You can have a lot of fun. You should get a 64.
How about Tecmo Bowl? Tecmo Bowl any good or no?
I don't have that one. I have like John Madden football or something. Yeah. They have Madden too.
Nintendo. I'm starting there. What I really want is I want the Cruising USA. The Cruising USA, but I want the two drivers. You know what I'm saying?
You want the steering wheel. You want the steering wheels.
Wait, Cruise USA is like that's the arcade thing, right?
Yeah. You can buy the steering. I'll bet you could buy the steering wheels on eBay. Those were so cool.
Oh, for Nintendo?
I don't think they had it for Nintendo.
What about the arm?
What about like the PlayStation?
Remember they had the arm, like the punch-out arm?
You could get the Duck Hunter gun. You should get the Duck Hunter gun.
God.
Remember Duck Hunter? That was NES.
But according to my guy, it doesn't work on the flat screens. You need the tube for that to work.
Oh, so here's another thing. They have something.
See how many fun facts I got?
Yeah. And they ask them next time. They have something called a lightning cable. That it's a new cable that will connect to the old systems. They have it for Super Nintendo. Don't know if they have it for NES. It will connect like to the TV with like a new HDMI or whatever. And
what I'm going to get is I'm going to I'm going to get the TV. He told me I have to get a CRT TV, whatever that means. CRT. That's what I'm looking
That's cool.
for.
I never heard of that.
25-inch.
Is it like an
He
old
says
TV?
that is the
Critical.
that is the most efficient, best use for a Nintendo Entertainment System is with a 25-inch tube TV, otherwise known as a CRT.
That's going to be hard. That's going to be a lot harder to find.
No, he says it on
Okay.
Facebook Marketplace. People are giving them away because they're heavy as shit. They just want it out of their house.
Tube
That makes
TVs.
sense.
People
All right,
still
well-
have them? My God.
Like
This
this
was-
was
I bought-
orders and stuff.
I bought so many TVs the past few days. I never want to step into a furniture store again, guys. Have you been to these places?
Yeah.
You walk in, they're
No.
like, "What's your social? We'll give you 20 grand to buy whatever you want in the store." They're just like fucking giving you credit. You like this one? You got it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hey,
Drag Rose out of there, dude.
this was going to be my
Buy
recess.
now,
but
pay never.
This was my
You
recess.
get 0% interest too, because
Since
that's
we're,
what it
since
is.
we're on it now, this was my recess. Speaking of video games, next week a game from my childhood is coming back.
Pablo Sanchez.
I know you know Backyard Baseball 2000 relaunched next week, July 8th for PC. I'm not a gamer these days. I will download whatever software I have to download, buy whatever I have to buy to play this game once again. It's probably been 24 years or 23 years since I played this game,
Dude,
and it was
Spencer,
a blast as a kid. So I'm going to be bringing it.
so good.
Very exciting.
So good, man.
Yep.
I loved this game. Could play it for hours.
July
My favorite
8th.
was Amir Khan. And didn't they have the pitcher in the wheelchair? Something.
Yeah, Kenny Yamaguchi.
Kenny Yamaguchi.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
Anyway, okay. It is 9:23. Let's check on markets. Let's talk about something else for a second. Anything happening out there as far as movers go? Like, something's happening in Huya. The HUYA is down 38% this morning. What's that about?
That sucks. I own it.
36% this morning. Sorry. That's earnings is what that is. No, it's not.
Bummer.
It's not earnings. I don't know what that is. Planet Lab was up 20%.
That's
What
Planet
else is-
Fitness.
No, not Planet Fitness. Planet Labs.
Isn't that Planet Fitness though?
No.
Oh.
What else is going on out there? God,
I got
not-
Huya
not-
off 9%. What are you saying that Huya's down?
Oh, do I have bad data?
HUYA. It's getting
Do I have
slaughtered.
bad data? Is that what that is?
No, I see it.
Okay.
At $2.25 right now.
That could be an odd. That could be an odd lot. That could be a bad print. That could be a fat finger.
I don't know. It's
I don't
trading
know if
down there.
Oh,
It's
there's heavy
trading down there.
volume. I
Different
don't-
sources have
okay.
different data here.
No, it
Yeah,
got
that's
crushed.
weird because my Thinkorswim does not have it. That's weird. Oh,
That's
you know
true.
what it is? There was some. This is like a dividend thing. That's what this is. Never mind. Forget that. Fake news. Not a real.
Sure.
Yes, this is.
Yeah,
This
this
is like a
is
dividend-
this is a technical thing. This is not a.
This is a dividend. This is a dividend payout. Forget it. It's not down at all.
This stock
What-
pays a dividend. That's the
Yeah.
funny part.
What else do I have here? Nothing interesting. Nothing
No, there's
interesting on the movers. It's a quiet day out there. Very quiet. No.
Tesla's
no
down
names.
5%. Elon beefing with Trumper.
Tesla is
They have-
down 5.5. That's true.
I still have the
Um,
second half of my call, so that's not good for me.
They have other news going on. They're like entering Europe or something, right? BBAI price target raised to $9 at Wainwright.
Dude, Steve Strazza with the BBAI. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well done.
Did-
Excellent trade. What was that? A 500%? Not bad.
The calls have done really well. We bought them. We bought 3 different contracts too. We just, when you like something, we just shotgun it. You know, just spray shots at the option chain. Buy 'em all.
I don't know about your shots being sprayed, but one thing that I would encourage everyone to do is to go through the 30 stocks in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I'm going to be that guy. You know, all you kids these days, you guys don't know shit. Look at those 30 stocks, all right? 30 stocks. It's not going to kill you. They're the 30 most important stocks in the world. The whole world. 30 stocks. Don't fight Papa Dow. Go through all 30. See what they're doing. You're going to get a lot of information. First of all, if you get those 30 stocks, you're going to get the market right? the direction of those 30 stocks. If you could identify that in general, it's going to tell you the direction of the overall market, number one. Number two, you're going to find a lot of opportunities in those names because, again, they're 30 of the most important stocks in the world. So you're going to find some trading opportunities. And number three, look at which sectors within the Dow Jones Industrial Average are the leaders, like the stocks that are doing the best. Look at the stocks that are doing the worst. And now you're going to get some understanding of the bellwethers of different sectors in the United States. So 30 stocks, Goldman Sachs, Home Depot, Nike, McDonald's, Microsoft, Apple. Go through all of them one by one. Look at the monthly candles. Look at weekly candles. Both. Highly encourage it. JP Morgan, highest ever, Strazza. Quarter, month, week, day, the whole thing. You got them all. Is that
great exercise? A lot of stuff looks good, man. Look at the caterpillar. And the reason why that's such a great exercise is because the Dow is built different. For the same reason that I'm complaining about the Dow, that it's a lagging index, right, among its large cap major average peers, the Dow gives you a really diverse look at what's going on in the broader market, right? All of these sectors are better represented in that index than the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. So you can look at just 30 stocks and see everything. And that's pretty cool.
Steve Strazza coming around. Steve Strazza coming around.
I've always been fine with that exercise. I do it. I dabble. I'll look through the NASDAQ and S&P too, but for sure.
You dabble a little Dow theory?
It's not that the Dow is not important. It's just that I wouldn't want to own it as an investor, you know?
That I would agree with.
Different things.
I don't disagree with you there.
Right. Rachel, a smart ass in the chat. Love you, Rachel. You know you can play old Nintendo games on a new Nintendo. It's not the same. Okay? It's just not the same. Why would you do that? That sounds awful.
Yeah, it's not the same,
I wouldn't know how to use
Sorry.
that controller. I wouldn't know how to use a new Nintendo controller.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard.
I don't know
Yeah.
All right. Programming
Sorry, Rachel.
announcements.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Programming announcements. Jeff Mackey is back from his Alaskan cruise. He's going live today at 1 o'clock. He just sent a message. He said, I have never, ever seen people spending money the way they are this summer.
Wow.
So Jeff's going to talk about that.
Hashtag boots on the ground.
That's right.
Nobody says hashtag anymore. You stop it.
So that's the first thing I want to say. Second thing I want to say, Sean McLaughlin is debuting a brand new show today on the channel and on our site, 3 o'clock Eastern time. What are my options? That is the name of the show.
This is going to be real good.
This is Sean's brainchild. He's been working on this behind the scenes. Today, 3 o'clock. What are my options with Sean McLaughlin right here on the channel, on our site, on Twitter, wherever you find our stuff. We'll also send out emails about it. So that's what we got going on today. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Brian Lund. Thank you, chat, as always, for the comments, the questions, the concerns, the feedback, good, bad. Otherwise, we appreciate all of it. Market is open. Go make some money. And happy Q3, everybody.
Stop using hashtags. It's 2025, bro. What is this?
Hashtag Q3.
Hashtag summer vibes.
I can't take no loss.